Horrifying post from a Parenthood Regret Facebook page. Hey everyone, welcome back to Childfree for Life. Don't forget to subscribe to be a for-lifer. I got a bilateral salpingectomy done today. Yay! So I was hanging out with the pets on the couch, drinking a chocolate milkshake and scrolling on Facebook. I came across this post from a Parenthood Regret page that simultaneously horrified me and reaffirmed my decision to get sterilized. My spouse recently posted a picture on social media of our family that we took with Santa at the mall. One of our friends who's about to get married commented that he cannot wait to have kids so that they can have fun moments like these. He had such enthusiasm and a genuine happy spirit about it that I felt sad, because I used to be just like him. I had to break it down for him that what he saw was a very short glimpse of happy. It was a split-second moment instead of a larger 3 to 4 hour window to get to that point. Before we headed out to meet Santa, there was a tantrum being thrown because my younger one did not want to wear the dress that we bought for this occasion. There was crying, whining, and screaming. After about 30 minutes of this, she finally agreed to wear it. This was after we bought the dress 2 weeks ago, had her try it on, and she was so excited to wear it to show Santa. The older one was fussing about combing his hair. I normally wouldn't care, but he had such bad hair that day that I didn't want other people thinking that our kids ate rocks or that his parents were complete Neanderthals when looking at the pictures. Back to the younger one, and fixing her hair led to a second tantrum. She didn't want pigtails, ponytail was too tight, etc, etc. Now the older one is tantruming because the younger one is. Both kids are crying. When the crying finally ends and the mental pain has stopped, you are not met with the physical pain as you step on a small Lego block. You would have thought that Satan himself created these evil things because it hurts so bad. You slowly seethe in anger as you constantly tell the kids to pick up after themselves, only to have your requests ignored for the 999,000th time. You realize if you yell at them now, they will start to cry again, and you just endured a 30-minute cry fest prior. Plus, we must get going or we'll miss our appointment with Santa. Yes, the battle of tidiness has been long lost. Sure, you can get them to pick up after themselves at the end of the day, but it's much better to hurry them off to bed so that you can have some peace and quiet. It's one of the many battles I've accepted defeat in parenthood. We're finally in the car and more madness ensues. They fight over which color car just passed, and non-stop, "Stop looking at me, stop copying me, I'm telling, are we there yet? How much longer?" All while yelling at the top of their lungs. It makes you consider stopping the car to get out and run into oncoming traffic. You start reasoning within your mind that death wouldn't be so bad, would it? But then you think of the trauma it might inflict on those young minds watching a car run me over. Before you rationalize all these thoughts any further, the good parenting part of your brain kicks in and says it's not worth the trouble. The only thing dying is your intimacy life, social life, and mental health. We made it to the mall. We're all hungry, so let's go eat at a restaurant. This should be fun, right? Now another war starts. It's a battle of constantly getting them to stay seated, focus on eating, don't mess with anything on the table, don't play with their food, don't yell, stop pestering each other, stop pestering the people around us, etc. They complain that the food is not coming out fast enough. Of course, they don't like the food when it arrives. We go through 4 to 5 rounds of silverware because they drop it, drink spill, they want to go to the bathroom at different times, they want to get up and go see this and that, whining, etc. I imagine after we leave, the parties around us and the staff are thunderously applauding because the traveling crap show is now on its next stop, Santa. Ever wait in line with young children? It should be one of the new circles of hell in Dante's Inferno. How dare they have to be patient and wait their turn? You mean the world doesn't revolve around them? Getting them to stand still, not mess with everything they can get their hands onto, not bothering other people, not yell, not run around, etc. 5 minutes in and you're looking around to see what could support your body weight so you can end yourself once and for all. So, we're finally getting to Santa. The kids are scared. A big fat hairy guy in a bright red suit that screams, "Ho, ho, ho!" wants to handle your kids onto his lap. How did I see this not going well? Well, after some screaming and crying, a picture is snapped that captures a very small moment where everyone was seemingly happy. Now they warmed up to Santa and are fighting over who gets to tell Santa what they want for Christmas first. You're welcome, Santa. It's supposed to be the happiest time of the year and I brought hell to the North Pole. It's time to go home. But they don't want to go now. There's tantruming that they want to see Santa again. You finally get them into the car and it's almost a sigh of relief. By this point of the trip, you've said no, stop, don't, calm down, wait, about 100 times each, and then it starts all over again. They fight over which color car just passed. "Stop looking at me, stop copying me, I'm telling." All the while yelling as loud as they can. I explained all this to my friend and watched his big smile disappear for a moment. Then he came back with a grin and said, "Nah, it'll be different when we have our own." That's what I thought. And look at me now. Old, washed, and defeated. I love my kids, but I don't love being a parent. Like, holy crap, what a nightmare. I'm so glad that's not my life. When work from home was first a thing, I remember quite a few breeder coworkers that were not stoked to be stuck at home with their little spawn. OMG, not stoked is an understatement. On our town Facebook page, those parents were livid schools weren't open. They were literally ready to sacrifice all the teachers just so they could have their free babysitting back. It really showed how little they care about anyone else, really. I was silently laughing every time I read some anchor-driven comments because they were getting a taste of what the teachers have to deal with. I also felt terrible for the teachers because they probably realize exactly that they are completely unseen and undervalued. They really are. That people are willing to risk their life to a virus we didn't have a vaccine for just so they didn't have to deal with their own kids. So gross and toxic. I'm glad I'm not a part of that group. It was honestly so disheartening to hear how little people actually cared about us as people. As you said, we're the state-sponsored daycare so they can work and do whatever they need to do. Our lives, our health, be damned. Did I like remote at the time? Absolutely not. If you want to try life on ultra hard mode, try and keep 3 to 5-year-olds on camera, entertained, and working for 30 minutes. But I did it. I do fully remote now with my students, and it's not the best ever, but preferable with COVID still raging as it is. I'm sorry, friend. Please accept my ear hug. I have a cousin who's a teacher to 4th graders, I believe, and several friends who are teachers. So many of them are literally saying they want to quit, that it's not enjoyable anymore. The parents are as rotten as the kids. SMH. What you do is so valued to this country, yet so undervalued by society, and it's disgusting. And it makes me more sad that probably the first to take the biggest hit will be the poor schools first. I don't know the answer, I'm just glad I don't have kids in the middle of this. I'm also 2 towns over from Oxford, Michigan, where that kid shot 4 classmates. I'm at the point where I feel like it's not worth the emotional energy to care if parents don't care about their own kids to make a change. I do feel sad for the kids caught in the middle school though. They didn't ask for this. And now we have 4 kids gone, several injured badly, and 1,800 students traumatized just like that. SMH. It's hilarious because Sims babies are only babies for like 3 days and game days. So like, what, 3 hours? And yet my behind still wouldn't give in and use cheats to age them up into a child. I never got upset when my kids in the game would get taken away. LOL. LOL, too funny. With one baby, I did okay. It was always the surprise twins that did me in. I'd hire at least 2 nannies. Thank God for that service. Freaking exhausting. The child age was hard too, because you'd have to make sure they did their homework each day, except weekends. I had a handful of kids taken away because of that little problem. I've been seeing random ads on YouTube that have no company or product attached, just, Carter was made to run on 3 hours of sleep, but he was made to be a father. Carter's made for this. As screeching kids crawl on him as he tries to sleep. What is the purpose of these? Who pays for them? There's nothing attached. Sounds like government propaganda or maybe funded by churches. Someone with money heard about people not having enough babies and decided to make a commercial about this. I tried to filter those ads out and tend to click off, and then on 3 times to skip those stupid ads.